All right, first and foremost, give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and who is worthy to be counted for double honors. And peace and salutations to you brothers out there pushing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for love of the gospel. This is Brother Gabar here from Indiana camp. Come back again, went up to sit down. Basically, wanted to talk about, I was watching Apostle Gabar video today on a guy commenting up under the apostles video talking about we're making the Lord's sacrifice in vain because we established the law. All right, and he brought out Galatians. Forgot exactly what scripture he brought out, but it was in Galatians talking about we live through faith. We're not up under the law. So of course Apostle Gabar did his thing. And brought out the scriptures, the right clarification and the right breakdown of the scriptures, and showing how we never said that by us keeping the law is how we're gonna get saved. We do all this thing of a thing of faith, of a thing of reverence and honor. All right, and the scriptures also goes into how are we rehearsing the righteous acts. All right, we understand we're not up under the second covenant yet. All right, because how to prove that is because we still have to teach. All right, we still have to teach one another. The scripture says, and the second covenant, you shall not teach. No man should teach one his neighbor, saying, know the Lord. We still have to teach Israel about the Lord, man. So that just shows you that we're not up under the second covenant. Or how the statutes, laws, and commandments, these scriptures that we read, all of them are not written on our hearts. We can't just recite every single commandment, every single statute and law like the ABCs off the back of our hand. We can't do that. All right. That's why we still saying, oh, give me this scripture. It says this, it says that, or we got to look in the concordance, but we have to find certain scriptures that we want to try to look for because we don't have the scriptures written in our hearts yet, so that proves that we're not in the second covenant. But, a lot of guys gets mad because us brothers of Great Millstone is honoring the Day of Atonement, which we are in the Day of Atonement now, which it's about 5 o'clock. We still got about another like three and a half hours to, before the sun go down. But we were in the Day of Atonement all day, and what consists of the Day of Atonement is you're supposed to afflict your soul, which is no pleasurable things, no eating, no drinking of any sort, even if it be in water, no chewing gum. Really, to be honest, you try to keep everything out of your mouth, as much as possible on this day, So what I'm trying to say, and then you afflict your soul because you also honor this as you do a Sabbath, So you're not supposed to do any pleasurable things, keep it spiritual, keep everything solemn, honor it just like you would do a Sabbath, Which a Sabbath, you're not supposed to be doing anything pleasurable anyways, so you just honor, you take that extra step and not eating anything, on this day, So if you could get off work, because the scripture says, no laborious work should be worked, no laborious work should be worked on that day, So if you can, get that day off, cool, that'll make your journey a little easier. But if you can't, the Lord understands, scripture says in place of drawing water, there shall he rehearse the righteous acts, so the Lord understands that we're just practicing, he's not looking for perfection now, so as long as you give that diligent effort, that, your best at it, the Lord understands and the Lord sees it, So basically, man, let me get ahead and get the scripture right quick. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5. I'm gonna start from 6. It says, therefore, we also confident, knowing that whilst we are home in the body, we are absent from the Lord. Because we're here on earth. We're here in the body, man. We're absent from what? The spiritual spirit world, man. Because our spirit is occupying the flesh that we're in, man. It says, verse 7. It says, for we walk by faith and not by sight. We are confident that I say, willing rather being absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. So that's what we willing to do. We want to be present with the Lord and be in the spiritual world and have rest. But we have a job to do. We're down here for a specific duty. All right. But the point I wanted to get was verse 7. It says, for we walk by faith and not by sight, man. So we understand, you know, what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we understand what Yahushua did for us on that cross. We're not, how can I say, disdaining that by keeping the Day of Atonement, because the Day of Atonement, once you go into it, it's an Apostle Ramlab did a video on it earlier today. He went live and talked about why do we honor what was the Day of Atonement for, and it was going into, basically how this day was supposed to be a forgiveness of all the sins that Israel have committed throughout the year. All right. So we honor this and we keep it. And, the apostle went into how the scapegoat goes, goes basically in the wilderness, and one's supposed to be sacrificed, so by doing that, and that was part of the old covenant, so we understand that, we, through the blood of Yahweh Shah being the ultimate sacrifice, we're not technically, he was the ultimate sacrifice, so we don't have to keep it. But through faith, we keep it anyways. And we're not saying we're going to get, we're not going to say we're going to get saved by keeping it. We're not saying that, how can I say, oh yeah, if you don't keep the Day of Atonement, if you don't keep the law and the statutes, you're not going to get, you're not going to be saved. We're not saying that, Matter of fact, let me go get the scripture. This is Romans chapter 3 and verse 31. It says, do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid, which means no. We establish the law. See? So, we understand we're through faith, but what? We don't void it. What's void mean? Void means to what? To unemployed, to inactive, to inoperative. Cause to cease, put to an end, do away with. See? So we don't do away with the law. We establish it, man. All right. So establish means what? To cause, to make, to stand, to place, to put, to set, to make firm, to fix, establish. All right. To cause a person or a thing to keep his or its place. See? So we establish the law. We don't void the law by faith. Yeah, we say we have faith, in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for doing the great sacrifice that he did. But just because he did that doesn't make void the law that we're not supposed to keep certain things, man. We're not saying that and if you watch Apostle Gabar hits on it, a little better than hits on it better than I do, but he was going into like basically, man, like, hey, yeah, man, we don't sit here and boast about the law, and we sit here and say, oh yeah, if you do keep the law, we understand we're in a grace period right now. We understand that what we're the things that we do it all by faith. Matter of fact, us keeping the Day of Atonement now is a testament to our faith, man. Because what? We're afflicting our souls, we're giving up our bodies as a living sacrifice, and we're how can I say making a sacrifice for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That shows our faith right there. Brothers called off on work, brothers are not eating, Brothers' bodies can go through a whole shutdown right now. But guess what? They're not thinking about that. They're thinking about honoring the day of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, this day of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's what it's going into, So we're establishing our faith. We're showing our faith through the works that we do. Matter of fact, which apostle, come on, man. And it's crazy because it only hits me with ads when I'm doing a video. This is James chapter 2, verse 18. It says, yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. See? So we show our faith by the works that we do. That's how we show forth our faith, man. That's how we show forth, because faith goes into what? Belief. Faith, it says, convinced of the truth of anything. Belief. See? So faith goes into belief, man. So how do we show the Lord that we believe that he's going to do the things that he said he's going to do? How do we believe that? How do we show the Lord that we believe the things the scriptures are written that's going to come to pass? How do we show the Lord that? We can say, oh, I believe, Lord, I believe. We can say that till we blue in the face. But how do we show it? How do you prove that you actually believe into this thing? Guess what? You show it by works, man. All right? You show it by works. And this is how, and by us keeping this day and keeping it solemn and keeping it keeping this day is showing that the Lord, that we believe in him. All right, showing that our faith comes by our works, man. You know. What did I just read? I'm gonna start from verse 17. This is verse 17. It says, "Even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead, being alone." Hold on, this is what I wanted. Hold on, let me get here. It is. This is verse 20. Verse 20 says, "But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead." See, so faith without works is dead, man. So if you just going around not just doing willy-nilly, sinning whenever you want to and just doing whatever you want, but saying you got faith, man, that's dead, man. Your works is dead. Your faith is dead. I ain't gonna say your works is dead, because you ain't got works. You know, your faith is dead, man, because you're just mouth pleasing at that point. You're not actually establishing anything, you know. But man, yeah, that's all I really technically had. You know, Lord will help this video is edifying, man. So yeah, by our works is how we show our faith, man. You know. So guess what? We're required to keep this day as far as showing forth our works, man. All right. So Lord willing, help this video is edifying for you brothers out there. Until next time, shalom.